The world was no longer the same. Cities were broken. Roads were quiet. Skies were filled with smoke, and strange ships flew above. It had been 1 year since the alien war started. Most humans were gone or hiding. In the middle of a ruined city, a young man named Jay walked alone. He wore an old jacket, a small backpack, and carried a homemade weapon. He was only 19, but he had seen too much pain already. He lost his parents during the first attack. Now he searched the empty buildings for food, water, and hope. Jay moved carefully through the silent streets. He didn't trust the quiet. It always came before danger. He stepped inside a broken hospital. Glass was everywhere. Blood stains still marked the floor. As he moved deeper, he heard something, a soft breathing sound, coming from one of the rooms. Jay raised his weapon. He slowly pushed the door open. There, lying on the floor behind an old hospital bed, was a girl, but she wasn't human. Her skin was light blue, glowing softly in the dark. Her hair was silver, falling across her face. Her eyes, when they opened, were bright like stars. She looked weak, hurt, and afraid. Jay froze. She didn't move. They stared at each other for a long moment. Then she spoke in English. "Please, don't be afraid." Her voice was soft, broken, almost like music. Jay kept his weapon raised. "What are you?" "I'm not your enemy," she said. "I ran away. They are looking for me. Please help me." Jay didn't lower his weapon. "You're one of them." She nodded slowly. "Yes, but I didn't come to kill. I came to feel." Her words confused him. To feel what? He asked. She looked up. Her eyes were full of something Jay hadn't seen in a long time, emotion. To feel what it means to be human. Jay stepped closer, still unsure. "Why are you here?" The girl took a slow breath. "My people. We don't feel love, pain, or fear. We control. We destroy. But I'm different. I started to feel, and they called me broken." She looked away, then back at him. "They want to erase me. But I think humans can save me." Jay didn't know what to say. She didn't look like a monster. She looked tired, scared, lost, just like him. "What's your name?" he asked. She hesitated. "We don't use names like humans." "But you can." "Call me Alira." Jay lowered his weapon. "Just a little." "What do you want from me?" She looked at him with sad, glowing eyes. "To live. To be safe. But there's something more." She sat up slowly, her body shaking. She raised her glowing hand toward him. "If I bond with you, will you let me in?" Jay stepped back. "What does bonding mean?" Alira lowered her hand. "It's a connection, between minds, between hearts, a link. I won't control you. But we will share feelings, thoughts, pain. If I bond with you, you will feel what I feel." Jay's mind raced. Was this a trick? A trap? Or was she really asking for help? He looked at her again. She could have killed him. But she didn't. She spoke with fear, not power. And in that moment, he saw something in her eyes. Hope. Jay slowly stepped forward. He looked at her hand. Glowing, shaking, waiting. "If I say yes, what happens?" Alira's voice was almost a whisper. "Then I will be part of you, and you part of me. If one of us dies, the other will feel it." Jay paused. Then slowly he reached out. His fingers touched hers. Her skin was warm, not cold like he expected. A light moved between them, soft golden like fireflies. Jay felt something deep in his mind, like a door opening. He saw images, her memories, her pain, her choice to run away. And she felt the screams, the fire, the family he lost. They both cried, silently. When the light faded, they were still touching. But something had changed. They were no longer strangers. They were bonded. Suddenly, a sharp sound came from outside, a distant screech. Alira's face turned pale. "They found me," she whispered. "They're coming." Jay picked up his bag and pulled her up. Then let's run, he said. Together. And they disappeared into the shadows. A human boy and an alien girl, now linked by something more powerful than War.*J woke up in the dark, but he wasn't alone. He felt something inside his mind, not a voice, not a thought, but a feeling, soft, warm, and not his own. He sat up quickly. His breath was fast. His hands were shaking. Across the small abandoned bunker, Alira opened her eyes. You felt it, didn't you? She asked softly. Jay stared at her. What was that? She looked down at her hands, glowing faintly in them. Darkness. The bond. It's growing. They had escaped the ruined hospital just before the alien hunters arrived. Now they were hiding deep underground, a cold, dark place once used as a shelter during the early days of the invasion. Jay stood and walked to the corner. He splashed cold water on his face from a broken pipe. The sensation calmed him, but that presence in his mind stayed. Alira was still there, inside him. It's like I can feel your heartbeat, he said. And your fear, Alira nodded slowly. We are linked now. Our thoughts may stay separate, but our emotions, they are shared. Jay didn't reply. He wasn't sure if he liked this or hated it. He sat down again, still looking at her. She looked stronger now. Her skin glowed brighter. Are you healing? He asked. Alira gave a small smile. The bond helps me. Your emotions give me energy, especially your pain. Jay looked away. That part made him uncomfortable, so I suffer. And you get stronger? No, she said quickly. It's not like that. I don't take your pain, I feel it with you. That's how I know you're good. Jay stared at her. How do you know I'm good? Alira placed a hand on her chest. Because even after all the loss, you still helped me. You could have let me die. Jay was quiet for a long time. Then he asked, what now? Alira stood. Slowly, she walked to the wall and touched a small scanner hidden behind rubble. The wall opened, revealing a hidden room with old human tech and a dusty computer screen. Now, I tell you the truth, she said. Jay followed her in. The room glowed with weak blue lights. Old files blinked on the screen. Maps, alien language, strange diagrams. What is this? A contact point, Alira said. Long ago, before the war, some humans made secret deals with my kind. Not all aliens came to fight. Some came to watch. Jay's eyes narrowed. Watch what? Alira looked him in the eye. To watch if humanity could survive, if humans could bond with us. If you were strong enough to feel everything. And still fight. Jay stepped back. You're saying this is a test? Alira didn't blink. I'm saying you are the test. The code inside me, it was meant for your kind. But most humans failed. They chose power over feeling, war over connection. But you're different. Jay's head hurt. The emotions, the connection, the words. It was too much. Suddenly, the screen flashed red. A warning. A sound rang through the walls. They found us, Alira whispered. Jay grabbed his bag. How far behind are they? Not far. We have minutes. Alira moved to a small panel and pulled out a strange glowing crystal. She handed it to Jay. What is this? A memory core. If I don't make it, take this. It holds part of the code. The rest is already inside you. Jay stared at the crystal. Wait, what do you mean if you don't make it? We're getting out together. Alira smiled again, a sad knowing smile. Then we run. Bonded and hunted. As they ran from the bunker, chased by machines and shadows, Jay realized something terrifying. The bond wasn't just emotional. It was changing him. He was faster, more aware. He could feel where Alira would move before she moved. And worse, he could sense something dark waiting ahead. A trap. Jay, Alira gasped. They're not just hunting me anymore. I know, he whispered. Now, they're hunting us both. Asterisk, it started with silence. Not the kind that brings peace, but the kind that comes before a storm. Jay knew it well. The world didn't need thunder to warn him anymore. It only needed that silence. The kind that said, run. They moved through the underground tunnels. Jay in front, Alira behind him. Her breathing was heavy. Her glow was dimming again. She was getting weaker, but Jay felt something inside himself. Something growing, since the bond, every step felt different. His senses were sharper. His feet landed quieter. His heart beat harder, but not out of fear, out of focus. Is this part of the bond, or something else? No, this is not just her. This is me changing. Stop, Alira whispered. Her hand touched his back. Jay crouched. He felt it too. Voices above. Machines, movement. They're close, she said. Too close. Jay closed his eyes. For a moment, he could almost see through the wall. A blur of heat. 2 life forms. He opened his eyes quickly. That wasn't real, was it? Or was that the code? 2 guards, he said. Alira looked shocked. How do you know that? Jay shook his head. I don't know. Before they could speak again, the roof exploded. Light poured into the tunnel. Drones dropped down. Red lasers locked on. Target acquired. Hybrid signal detected. Jay grabbed Alira and ran. Dust, debris, gunfire behind them. His mind shouted. Hers answered. They moved like one. Left. She yelled. He was already turning. Jump, she warned. He was already mid-air. They were in sync. They reached a lower passage and slid through. The drones were too big to follow. But the danger wasn't over. As they stopped to breathe, a new voice echoed from the darkness ahead. Well, look what we have here. Jay raised his weapon. Alira pulled him back. Out of the shadows stepped 3 humans in black gear. Faces hidden, guns ready. Don't move, one of them said. We're not here to kill. Unless you make us. Jay didn't lower his weapon. Who are you? The leader stepped forward. His voice was deep. Survivors, same as you, but smarter. We've been watching you. And your glowing friend. Another soldier stared at Alira. Did he really bond with her? The leader nodded. He did. That means he's special. Or stupid. Jay didn't like this. What do you want? The leader smiled. The truth? We want the code. The alien program she carries. The one now living inside you. Alira stepped forward. You can't control it. You'll die trying. The man aimed his gun at her. Maybe, or maybe we break the link. And take it the old way. Jay's heart pounded. He stepped in front of Alira. You'll have to kill me first. Gladly, the soldier said, and pulled the trigger. But nothing happened. The gun jammed. The lights flickered. A strange pulse rippled through the room. Jay's eyes glowed faintly. The same golden light from before. Everyone stepped back. What the hell is that? The soldier whispered. Alira looked at Jay with wide eyes. The code, it's waking up. Suddenly, Jay fell to his knees. His head was burning. Images flashed. Before his eyes, stars, cities, machines, ancient alien symbols. He heard whispers in an alien language. Unlock the path. Shape the end. Feel everything. Then silence. Jay looked up. His eyes slowly returned to normal. The humans were gone. What just happened? He asked. Alira helped him up. The code protected you, and it sent a message. Jay breathed heavily. What message? She looked serious. That your body is changing. Your mind too. You're not just human anymore. Jay shook his head. I didn't ask for this. Alira touched his hand gently. Neither did I. He stared at her. What now? She looked into the dark path ahead. Now we run farther, because both sides want us dead. The aliens fear what we are, and the humans want to control it. Jay nodded. Then let's make sure neither side gets it. And so two outcasts, one human, one alien, bonded by something ancient and powerful, ran into the unknown ... While deep inside Jay, the code kept whispering. Asterisk, it didn't feel like a dream. Jay stood in the middle of a black sky. No ground. No stars, just darkness. Then, something whispered. You are not chosen. You are the result. Lights exploded around him. Golden symbols. Alien voices, faces, eyes. He opened his mouth to scream and woke up gasping. Jay sat up, sweating, heart racing. The bunker was silent. Alira sat nearby watching him. She looked worried. You saw it again, didn't you? She asked quietly. Jay nodded. Same place, same words. You are not chosen. You are the result. What does that mean? Alira stood and walked to the wall. She touched a piece of old alien metal embedded in the stone. It pulsed softly under her hand. It means the code is not just waking up. It's beginning to test you. Jay frowned. Test me for what? Alira looked at him, and for the first time, she seemed afraid. The code was made by something older than my people. Older than this war. It's not just data. It's alive, in a way. Alive? Jay asked. You mean like a eye? Alira shook her head. No, not artificial, not intelligent. It doesn't think like us. It feels, it evolves, it learns from pain. From love, from loss. Jay stood. So what does it want from me? Alira turned. Her eyes glowed faintly. It wants you to feel everything. If you don't, it won't let you survive. Jay walked to a table where the memory crystal still pulsed softly. This thing, it's inside me now, and it's changing me. Alira stepped closer. Yes, and soon it will start choosing what to show you. It will unlock parts of your brain, memories, visions, maybe even futures. Jay looked confused. Futures? She nodded. Possible futures. The code doesn't control time, but it sees patterns. It shows what might happen. And asks, will you stop it or become it? Jay leaned against the wall, overwhelmed. I didn't sign up for this. I was just trying to survive. Alira's voice softened. Me too. But the code doesn't care who we were, only what we might become. Jay looked at her. And what are we becoming? Before she could answer, the bunker lights flickered. A high-pitched pulse filled the air. Alira's eyes widened. It's here. What is? Jay asked. She pointed to the screen. Symbols flashed, alien text he couldn't read, but somehow understood. One word blinked over and over. Mirror. Suddenly, the code activated inside Jay. His mind exploded with images, not of war, not of Earth, but of another version. Of himself. A version wearing alien armor. Standing over burned cities, leading an army. No, he whispered. You're seeing it, Alira said. A future, if the code chooses your darker side. Jay fell to his knees. The power was burning inside him. The other Jay in the vision had no mercy. No fear, just control. Is that really me, he thought, or just what I could become? Alira knelt beside him. The code reacts to feeling. If it senses hate, it will grow into a weapon. But if it senses hope, then what? Jay asked. Alira touched his chest. Then maybe it can become something new. Something that saves instead of destroys. Jay looked up. His voice was quiet. And what if I fail? Alira's expression darkened. Then you're not the only one who dies. The code could end everything. Suddenly, the warning alarms stopped. The lights dimmed. Silence. Jay stood slowly. Then I won't fail. He picked up the crystal and looked at it, eyes full of fire. We find the truth. We find where this started. Alira nodded. Then we go to where the code was born. Jay looked at her. Where's that? She hesitated, then whispered, not on Earth. Asterisk the message said one word. Safe house. But Jay no longer trusted simple words. They arrived at the edge of the forest just before sunrise. A group of humans waited near an old, hidden bunker, one of the few still untouched by alien scanners. They waved, smiled, offered food, water, warmth. Jay didn't smile back. Alira stood close beside him, hood up, face covered. Are you sure about this? Jay asked under his breath. We need rest, Alira whispered, and answers. Jay didn't like it, but he was tired. She was fading again. The bond took strength from both of them, and the code was pulsing inside his chest like a second heartbeat. You are not alone. The code whispered again. But not all bonds are true. Inside the bunker, the humans gave them space. One man introduced himself. Name's Cashin. Used to be Army, now just trying to keep people alive. Jay watched him carefully. His voice was calm, too calm. He had scars on his face and a soldier's walk. How did you find this place? Jay asked. Cashin chuckled. Back when the first landing started, Command told us to build fallback zones. This was one of them. Jay didn't respond. He didn't trust military men who smiled too much. And her? Cashin asked, nodding at Alira. She's the alien? Jay stepped between them. She has a name. Cashin raised his hands. No offense, just trying to understand what you two are. Jay narrowed his eyes. So are we. Later that night, Alira rested in the far corner of the bunker. Jay sat near her, eyes half closed. That's when he heard it. Voices. Behind the metal door. The code's inside the boy, but she's the key. Without her, it stays locked. We extract both. Then we choose who lives. Jay froze. He looked at Alira, still sleeping. Still trusting. Betrayal. The code whispered again. This time louder. Angrier. Protect the bond. Or lose it forever. Jay moved fast. He grabbed Alira, woke her gently. We have to go. Now. Her eyes opened slowly. She was weak. What's wrong? They lied. They want the code. They want you. They tried to sneak out, but they were too late. The lights flicked on. Guns aimed at them. Cashin stepped out of the shadows. You should have slept longer, kid. Jay stood in front of Alira, fists clenched. Why pretend to help us? Cashin sighed. Because your kind trusts too easily. She made you soft. Jay laughed bitterly. No, she made me stronger, and you're afraid of that. Cashin raised his weapon. She's not what you think. You saw the visions, the other version of you. The one that burns cities? That future starts with her. Jay's jaw tightened. Maybe, but I get to choose who I become. Cashin didn't wait. He fired, but Jay was faster. The code reacted. The air around him bent. Time slowed. The bullet never touched him. He moved. Not like a soldier, not like a human, but like something more. With one move, he disarmed Cashin, tossed the weapon, pulled Alira to her feet. Cashin stared in shock. You're already changing, he whispered. Jay didn't look back. And I'm not done. They escaped into the trees as alarms rang behind them. Alira held onto Jay weakly. I'm sorry, she said. This is because of me. Jay shook his head. No, this is because of us. We scared them. Good. She smiled faintly. You used the code. Fully, you're becoming something new. Jay looked up at the sky. Stars blinked far above. One of them, he now knew, was not a star, but a ship, waiting, watching. Then it's time to find the place this all started. Time to leave Earth. Alira looked up, surprised. You're ready? Jay nodded. They betrayed us. But I won't betray what we've become. And somewhere behind the trees, the code pulsed again. Next test begins. Trust no one. They say when you die, your life flashes before your eyes. But for Jay, it wasn't his life he saw. It was hers. The stars stretched around him like cold fire. He floated, weightless, above Earth. No ground. No sky. Just space and silence. Alira's. Memories surged through the bond. Her world. Her childhood in the glass towers of Varellan. The cold training rooms. The endless tests. The day she cried for the first time and was labeled defective. The day she ran. Jay gasped as the bond pulsed through his chest. Every emotion Alira had ever buried was now inside him. Suddenly, his eyes opened. He was back, inside the hidden alien pod they had found in the forest. Alira lay on the floor, barely breathing. Her glow, fading. She had used the last of her strength to open the gateway, a jump drive hidden deep underground. It was the only way to reach the codes. Origin, the lost archive ship drifting in orbit above Earth. But the cost was her life. Jay dropped to his knees beside her. "Stay with me," he whispered. Her voice was barely a whisper. The bond wasn't complete. I couldn't finish it. I wasn't strong enough. Jay grabbed her hand. "Then let me finish." She shook her head weakly. "It will change you forever. You'll stop being human." "I'm already not human," Jay said. "But I am still me, and I'm not letting you die." Tears filled his eyes, but this time, they weren't just his. He felt her sadness, her hope, her fear. She had wanted to understand humanity. And now, dying in his arms, she finally did. "There is one way," she whispered. "The final bond, full merge, but if we do it..." "There's no going back," Jay finished. She nodded. "Our minds, our souls. We become one." Jay didn't hesitate. "Then do it." Alira looked into his eyes, her hand glowing faintly. "If I bond with you, completely, will you still let me in?" Jay leaned forward and whispered, "I already did." A light exploded through the chamber, the code activated. Symbols danced across the walls. Jay screamed, not in pain, but in transformation. His body surged with alien and human energy, twisting and remaking itself. Memories from both minds fused, voices blended. Thoughts became one. He saw everything, past, present, and possible. Futures. Worlds burning, children laughing, armies rising, peace breaking, peace forming, then silence. And he stood up. Jay was no longer just Jay, and Alira was no longer just Alira. They had become something new. Something that didn't have a name yet. Something both feared and needed. The final bond had created a bridge between two species, and inside that bridge was the answer to everything. Jay looked at his hands. They glowed softly. His heart no longer beat alone. Every breath felt like two people breathing in perfect harmony. He turned toward the stars. The code whispered again. But now, it wasn't foreign. It felt like his own voice. One final step. "The archive waits. Your truth is there." Jay walked to the launch controls. Alira's voice echoed in his mind. Calm, alive, present. "We are ready." He pressed the button. The ship powered up. Engines lit. The sky opened. And together, they left Earth behind. Not as human, not as alien, but as something the galaxy had never seen before. There was no sound in space, but Jay could feel the screams, not from his mouth, from the minds of thousands, soldiers, children, leaders, machines, all preparing for war. And in the middle of it all, Jay stood at the edge of the alien archive ship, orbiting high above Earth. His eyes, once human, now glowed gold. Alira's presence lived inside him, not just in thoughts, but in instinct. They were one. And yet, still separate. Still learning each other. Below, Earth was ready for war. The alien fleet hovered in the upper atmosphere. And in the far distance, beyond even the enemy ships, floated one colossal vessel, ancient, silent, and deadly. The alien Queen's warship, the original source of the invasion. The final test of the code. Inside the archive, Jay walked through. Halls made of living metal, the code pulsed through the walls. He saw flickers of memory, past hosts, failed bondings, species lost to fear. Alira's voice echoed in his thoughts. We were never supposed to destroy. We were supposed to connect. But fear rewrote our purpose. Jay reached the core chamber. At its center, a throne of light. A seat meant only for a bonded being. He sat. The code asked only one question. What will you become? Suddenly, visions. Thousands of possible futures. Earth destroyed. Alien worlds burning. Or peace, a shared future. But every peaceful path came with the same price. Surrender power. Forgive. Trust. Even those who tried to kill you. Jay clenched his fists. Can I do that? Can humanity do that? The moment shattered. A voice boomed across the galaxy, cold, sharp, powerful. You have stolen what is sacred. Release the code, surrender the bond, or be erased. The alien queen had arrived. Jay opened a channel. You don't understand. The code isn't a weapon anymore. Wrong, the queen replied. It always was. You simply turned it inward. But you can't hold it. Not forever. Alira spoke through him, for the first time out loud since the final bond. Mother. I didn't run to hide. I ran to feel, to change. Silence. Then, rage. You are not my daughter anymore. You are a virus. And I will cure this galaxy of you both. The battle began. The alien fleet moved toward Earth. Human warships. Launched in response, missiles, lasers, drones, plasma fire. Chaos filled the space between worlds. But Jay didn't move. He didn't need to. The code has one last gift, Alira whispered. But it can only be used once. Jay knew what she meant. The signal. A pulse that would connect every sentient mind for a few seconds. A shared truth. But using it would burn the code after that. No more visions, no more future seeing, just being. Human again. Jay stood in the archive's command circle. If this works, he said, they'll feel what we feel, all of them, even her. And if it doesn't, Alira asked. Then, we die together, but not silent. He activated the signal, across both fleets. Alien and human minds froze. And in that instant, they saw everything. Jay's memories. Alira's pain, the betrayal, the bond, the possibility of something better. The queen saw her daughter's first tear. A human general saw his lost son in Jay's eyes. And somewhere, a machine cried. The pulse ended. The silence returned. No more fighting. No more code. Just choice. The queen's warship didn't fire. It turned slowly and disappeared into the stars. The human ships returned to orbit. The war was over. Not won, not lost, but stopped by one bond. Jay collapsed inside the archive. Alira's voice was faint now. The code is gone, I feel. Light, are you leaving? Jay asked. No, I'm staying. Just quieter now, letting you lead. Jay smiled through tired tears. Then let's go home. As the sun rose over Earth, people stepped out from bunkers and ruins. No one cheered. But for the first time, no one was afraid, because in the sky above them, they saw it, a ship made by both alien and human hands, and inside it, a new kind of being, a bridge between worlds, a boy who once ran from war, and a girl who once ran from her kind. Now something more. Something stronger. Together.